Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a long overdue unboxing and review of the Star Wars Retro Collection Book of Boba Fett wave. So I ordered two sets of this wave. The first set came pretty quickly. I've had it a couple weeks. The second set I'm still waiting on. I was hoping to have both in hand when I did this unboxing, just so I could pick the card backs that were not as good of shape to open, but alas, I'm still waiting and I'm just getting too antsy, so I want to open these up and check them out. So we'll just hope for the best with that second round that's coming. But this wave, so it is a 8-figure wave, so quite a hefty wave. When you order a case, you don't get any repeats, which is kind of nice. However, a lot of these figures are just kind of repacks or slight modifications from past waves. So as we open them up, we're going to do some side-by-side comparisons and check them out. But this wave consists of Grogu, Luke Skywalker, Din Djarin or the Mandalorian, a Tuscan Raider, Fennec Shand, Boba Fett in his Tuscan robes, Krrsantan, and Cad Bane. So we're going to start with kind of the repeats and just kind of do some side-by-sides, and then from there we'll get into the brand new figures and check them all out. So first will be Grogu. So I'll go ahead and open him up. Now just quickly, the card back. I believe this is from his training session with Luke, just with all the frogs. So I am excited about this figure. I like the backpack. I do wish I could have just bought the backpack or had that come with Luke, but not a bad marketing ploy by Hasbro to get us to buy Grogu again. So we'll check him out first. Alright, so here is little Grogu. So just comparing to the original Mandalorian release, they look the same. Really no differences there. We kind of knew that going in. They each also came with the little frogs, if I can get those in focus. So again, those are identical. And then the original release, just for anyone that doesn't have that, came with the little hover pram as well. So we got that in the first release. This one, it comes with the backpack. Now this is kind of similar. I did not have the original backpack, so I can't give a good comparison to that, but it looks like it's probably pretty similar. So he should fit right in there. And you know, really this is kind of pointless to look at until we have Luke out, so we'll do him next. But yeah, otherwise straight repack of the figure and the frog. Really, this is the bread and butter of the Grogu. So if you're deciding if you want to buy this, you know, we'll see how it fits Luke and all that. So all right, we'll get Luke out. With Luke, so again, card back. It's him with the backpack on from their little training session at the Jedi Temple he's building. So cool figure. You know, again, a straight repack from the Return of the Jedi Luke, except for the color of the cloak. So again, we'll do a side-by-side, but I can tell you they're the exact same. But we'll check them out. We'll get the backpack on and then have a look. All right, so here is the Book of Boba Fett Luke, the Return of the Jedi Luke. Exactly the same mold, everything. Return of the Jedi Luke came with the brown hood. Book of Boba Fett came with the black hood, which is funny because I don't remember him wearing the black hood in Book of Boba Fett. That was more from the Mandalorian Season 2 finale, but I could be mistaken. Maybe he had it for a small portion of those scenes, but I don't believe he did. So anyways, a fun variation, but again, to rebuy the exact figures kind of sometimes frustrating. It does come with the same green lightsaber, but again, you know, really what we're concerned with here is the backpack. So we'll get this on him. I believe his head goes through kind of that almost trapezoidal hole there. Get his arms up. These have just little pegs on it that slide right through, so you can kind of tighten it down. Get that in Same on the other side. There we go. Try to tighten this side down. Having a hard time getting that through. There we go. All right. So we got the backpack pretty tight. Looks pretty good. I mean, you know, stuff like this, sometimes it's going to look probably oversized and a little odd, but not too bad here. So we will get Grogu inside. There we go. There's Grogu. So this is really what you're getting, 2 repacks. This is what it's all about here. So I think that's pretty cool. We'll see how hard it is to stand them up. So a little bit, you know, more weight towards the back, so you might have to lean them forwards just a little bit. So not too bad actually there. Yeah, that works. So just kind of a fun little thing, you know. I wish you didn't have to rebuy a whole figure for that, but end of the day, it is what it is, and that is pretty cool. So I'm a fan of that. I don't love having to spend about 25 bucks on those 2 figures just to get that, but it is a fun addition to the collection. So we will get into the 3rd repack next. We'll do the Mandalorian. So this one, the background, the card art, nothing really spectacular there. Offhand, I couldn't even tell you exactly what scene it's from, other than you can see that he's holding the darksaber. But otherwise, kind of dark, nondescript background. So if anyone knows what scene that's from, drop it in the comments, let me know. But we'll go ahead and open this one up. All right, here is the Mandalorian. Now just a quick side-by-side from the Mando Season 2 wave. So again, looks identical. You have that his little symbol on his shoulder, the mud horn, same armor. I was wondering if the armor on the leg was different, but it is not. So looks like from top to bottom it is the same. He's got his jetpack on the back. So again, this one, the only difference is instead of that big rifle, you are getting the darksaber, which you really could, if you wanted to display your Mando with it, you could just steal it from Moff Gideon as well. So even the weapon isn't necessarily totally new. So this is the only figure where we're not getting any aspect of it as new. They're just kind of taking different parts from, you know, one other figure and putting it in just so it has a different accessory. So I'd say if you're going to skip one of these repacks, I would definitely skip this one. If you're going to skip 2 of the repacks, obviously I would skip Luke and just go for that Grogu to get the backpack. But I do love this figure, so if you did not get it in the Mandalorian Season 2 wave, definitely pick it up. It's an awesome character, but too similar to what we already have. So put him down. So then we're going to go into the Tuscan Raider here. Tuscan Warrior, I'm sorry. So we have the Tuscan Warrior. I'll do a side-by-side with the original Tuscan or Sand Person, but looks pretty similar, other than I think maybe they used a different color for the robes. So we'll open that up and just kind of check it out side by side. But overall, it is a cool figure. I do like having variations of the Tuscans, so we'll check it out. Okay, so here is our Tuscan Warrior. Now I do like that he's got this soft cape instead of the vinyl. I think that's a neat little update. But you can see, if you kind of pull that back, the sculpt from the original and this one, the sculpts are the exact same, so they did just use different color. The faces are a little bit more different than I thought they were. So obviously this one has more brown around the eyes than the original, and then obviously all brown for their under capes or cloaks, whatever, or robes. And then obviously the soft goods. So I actually think the soft goods put on the original would be kind of a fun little variation, especially if you see any of these hit the clearance shelves at any point. Pick a couple extra up, and then you can kind of have a lot of variations between vinyl cape, cloth cape, all that sort of thing. So they do both, or this one comes with the gaffy stick as well, and that looks just the same as the original. So, you know, again, I think figures like this would be a really fun kind of army builder. I kind of wish they would have given us the female Tuscan. Maybe, you know, someday they'll get that out to us, but I kind of doubt it. But it would be fun to have, you know, a couple warriors, couple of the standard originals, and then the female and the chieftain of the tribe as well. So that'd be a cool touch, but, you know, I think this is a good start. Definitely a fan of this figure, even though it's just a slight variation. I think it's a good one. So, all right, so now we'll get into the all new sculpts. We will start with Fennec Shand. And this one, you know, I don't remember offhand. I'm gonna guess that this is the same card back as the Vintage Collection one. I do like that it has the removable helmet. So all in all, a good figure. We'll open it up and kind of see how it looks. All right, so Fennec Shand is looking pretty good. I actually think, you know, there's quite a few of these that I end up liking the sculpt and the coloring of better than the Vintage Collection. This, I think, is going to be one of them. I think her outfit looks really good. I love the ponytail, how it kind of comes around. The Vintage Collection one, it kind of, you could take it off when you put the helmet on. This one, it looks like it just stays put, which I kind of like. So we are going to put the helmet on. So looks really good. That helmet fits her absolutely outstandingly, so that's good. And then she also comes with this giant rifle. So we'll get that in hand. She holds that well. That looks good. It's really another awesome kind of bounty hunter figure. This one would look really nice on the shelves next to all your Empire Strikes Back bounty hunters, and even the Return of the Jedi next to Bausch and the Lando kind of skiff guard. She would fit in really well with those, so definitely a great addition to the collection there. All right, so now we're gonna check out Boba in his Tuscan robes, or in his Dune Sea outfit here. Let's get this one out. Good. So good looking card back. And yeah, I'm excited for this figure. I did not get this one in the Vintage Collection, but I thought this was a cool kind of retro figure. Nice weapons, things like that. So we'll check this one out once we open them up. All right, here's Boba Fett. Boba Fett with his hood on. It's a really nice hood, really covers his face well. You can get that over his whole head, which is a nice touch. And just his outfit kind of underneath. I'm not going to take everything off, but just pretty plain. I don't think this is a reuse of anybody else. Maybe it is, but it looks familiar, but I can't place where it would be from. So if anyone knows, again, just let me know. The pants are actually just a slight modification from the Boba Fett. So you can see the pants are pretty much identical until you get to his little knee kind of gauntlet, or whatever you would call that. The boots even look the same, so I think they just kind of modified the sculpt slightly for his pants. But yeah, it looks good. He's got his giant rifle here that'll sling over his shoulder. Probably get it over there. We go. So that looks pretty cool there. And then of course he has his gaffy stick that he created, he made. So I feel like he holds it a little he might hold it different than this Tuscans would. So he's about ready to club somebody, but this figure is pretty awesome. I did not look closely at the head sculpt, so see just real slight scarring, which is a good touch. Yeah, I like this one. Looks really nice. It's another variation of Boba Fett. So that is Boba Fett number 3 for the retro collection. All right, now we have the 2 characters I'm most excited about. We'll go with Krrsantan first. This character is an awesome addition. You know, kind of came to us from the comic book world, and just is a really great character. I hope we see more of him, but we'll open him up and check him out. We'll do a size comparison to Chewbacca and see how he looks. All right, Krrsantan. It's looking pretty good. It looks like this, yeah, so these little armored straps here can come off pretty easily there. You can take them off. I don't know that, I mean, he'd look kind of silly without it. So I'm going to leave those on. I feel like Wookiees need their straps. So we'll leave that on, but that's kind of cool that you can take that off. So any customizers, you can get that off, maybe do some weathering to it and then get it back on here easily. He does have his brass knuckles that come on his hands, both sides. Really cool, you know, braids. So, and then he's got his big rifle as well. Okay. So yeah, this is just a great figure, great character. Now side by side, so I'm kind of holding the feet at the same height, so just next to Chewbacca. I mean, he's pretty a good amount taller than him. Let's kind of compare him to. So the head's kind of throwing it off, but he's a good amount taller than Boba Fett as well. So I like that, you know, they kept that fairly screen accurate. I know the scale might be a little bit off, but pretty big, pretty bulky figure. So they did a nice job with that. But yeah, I love getting other Wookiees into the collection. This is great. So big fan of him. Was really excited to get that one. And then of course, very excited about Cad Bane as well. Just a really awesome villain. I really hope that we have not seen the last of him, but spoiler alert, it looks like we may have at the end of Book of Boba Fett. So we'll open him up, check him out. I'm really excited for this one. So, all right, it's Cad Bane, his nice cowboy kind of cloak there, cowboy hat. Just looking really good. The only maybe critique that I have, and I don't even know how they would have done this, it probably would have looked kind of dumb, but having some sort of holster, just because he is kind of the quick draw sort of shooter. It would have been cool to have holsters for his little pistols here, but you know, like I said, with having that cloak, it probably would have looked sort of dumb, honestly. So not a big critique, but just more of a, you know, I wish that could have been. Yeah, he holds his little pistols well. So he's got his breathing mechanism back here on his back. So looking really good. Very nice. So man, what a nice wave. You know, I know there were some complaints about all the repacks and things like that. You know, but again, to get a full wave, 8 figures, you know, and having 4 of them be completely new, I'm not going to complain too much. We've got some nice extra accessories, nice, you know, kind of little differences, changes from the original releases. So I think all in all, this wave is really a successful one. I can't wait to see what we get. There was a rumor earlier this week from Yak Face that has another 6-pack that is going to be released at some point, hopefully this year. So we don't know what that's going to be. You know, one can only wish at this point. We do know we're getting Phantom Menace later this year. Those figures, we have seen little mock-ups of what they'll look like. They look really awesome. So when I get those in hand, I'll do another video and check them out. But for now, you know, this is what we have. and I think the retro collection is in good shape for this coming year. So let me know what you think. You know, what are your thoughts on this wave overall? Which character is your favorite out of these 8? Drop a comment, drop a like on the video if you made it this far. I'll also leave an order link to Entertainment Earth. If you are still looking to get some of these figures, if you order through Entertainment Earth, through my link, it gives me a little bit of a kickback that helps me make these videos, get them out to you quicker, get more of them out to you. So I would really appreciate that if you're looking for somewhere to purchase from. Other than that, I appreciate you watching. Until next time, may the Force be with you.